I'm just kind of curious, like maybe for this piece or in general, and you can tell us about spaces between, like finding that balance, right, between like minimalist work of space, but still having a sense of forward motion and trajectory. I mean, because I feel like your music does that really well. You know, you don't just kind of sit there for 20 minutes and then, okay, it's over. Like there's a journey that we go on in your work. So I'm curious about your approach to that or your thought process when you're writing a piece like The Spaces Between.
I mean, I guess I feel in general that there is sometimes this idea of minimalism as being kind of about repetitiveness that is very static.
Mm,
And I tend to think about some of my minimalistic influences as being about repetition that slowly goes from one place to the next,
mm,
and that how you move from one place to the next is something that is somewhat sometimes imperceptible, but sometimes very perceptible. So for me, a lot of when I think about the spaciousness of what I'm trying to do, it has to do with taking a particular moment. How does it really go from that one step in the very beginning to the 1 millionth step that you take later?
mm,
What's the best way to get to there that does service to the idea that I'm trying to present, um, and the journey that it's going on? So it's navigating in my own head how I move from section to section, um, by bleeding those things into each other, or kind of feeling like, okay, now that I've done this, it's said what it's wanted to say, and now it's time to move on to something else. And
mm,
sometimes that's something that is not something I consciously do, as much as once the piece is actually starts to develop itself, it tells that for me, and it lets me know. And I can say too about this piece in particular that when I wrote it for the PPG, when they did this in a concert last year, the first version of this piece, I didn't quite hit the mark on it. Like, it was
mm.
shorter because I didn't really give enough breadth for the material that was there, and I knew that at the time when I was writing it, because it was one of those oh my god deadline kind of things, to try to make sure that I could get the piece out the door in some ways, right? Because we've all felt that when we had those kind of deadlines. So I knew that I wanted to go back to it and give the space a lot more justice, and give the ideas a lot more justice, and allow that to draw out a lot more.
Yeah, that's really great. The one aspect of new music is that a lot of times the performances are workshops too for them, right? And so the pieces,
Totally.
um, right? I mean, because it's new, so you're creating a whole new world, and so you get to do that once, and then you think, oh, I need to morph this or sculpt this a little differently.